sink or swim when the tide comes rushing in. When we're up to our necks in our greatest mistake, will we swim or sink? We're beyond the brink, we can't put on the brakes. Greatest mistake, will we swim or sink? We're beyond the brink. Twisty system, it's a twisty system.
Good evening. Welcome to tonight's reading, Risk, or What Nature Doesn't Do to Us by Robi Polgar. Tonight's reading features Joanne Glover as Mári, Ev Lunning Jr. as Knute, Ben Wolfe as Robert, and Jeff Mills as Jerry. Let the characters introduce themselves.
Mári, a woman in her 30s, 40s, academic, think tanker, sought for symposia and on-air interviews because of her subject expertise and because she is good on camera. Smart, slightly nerdy, attractive. She uses her nerdiness to misdirect as needed. Mári is short for Mariposa, not a native English speaker.
Robert, a man in his 30s to 40s, the town's mayor, once its high school's all-star quarterback and valedictorian, attended Ivy League schools and returned to start his political career. Nerdy, charismatic, yet devoid of political direction, perhaps out of an abundance of caution and or miscalculation. Fraternal twin of Jerry.
Jerry, man in his 30s, 40s, former lobbyist and or PR flack for chemical conglomerate clients. Smart, smart-ass, self-assured, healthy, fraternal twin of Robert.
Knute, a man in his 50s or 60s, appears even older, rough-hewn, weathered, disheveled, neither homeless nor mentally ill, yet not 100% present. Alcoholic, genius, he's the local weirdo standing in the town plaza proselytizing. Might once have been a member of the Union of Concerned Scientists until he was booted out of the organization for his eccentricities, among other reasons. He wears a large straw hat, a Hawaiian shirt, and mismatched board shorts and flip-flops.
Bear, aka Bob or Tornashuk, a polar bear, in appearance no longer as regal a bear as in its prime.
The setting, Mount Paradise, a seaside resort town near a large coastal city. Mount Paradise boasts a large retirement community, and because of its low tax rates, it is home to a decent-sized conference center, hotels, shops, and restaurants. The play takes place variously on a beach, in the town plaza, in the mayor's office, in a hotel room bathroom, in a restaurant, and in the afterlife. The time, late summer. At the start of the play, the conference center hosts EnviroCon, an international symposium of scientists, bureaucrats, experts, and the media focusing on issues of climate change and related global concerns. The following week, the hugely popular annual Beach Bonanza will inundate Mount Paradise with tourists, college students, and the media for a week of music, booze, and partying. Act 1, Scene 1, an empty stretch of beach in the pre-dawn. Knute enters and walks toward the surf. He stops and stares at the sea. Robert enters. He wears a suit and tie and dress shoes and carries a foldable deck chair. He stops beside Knute. He sets the deck chair in the sand and, after Knute is inspected and is satisfied with the chair's placement, offers Knute the seat. Knute sits down like a king upon his throne. He looks up at Robert. Robert steps back a pace or two. The two men stare at the sea. Finally, Knute rises from the chair and holds his hand out as if to stop the tide.
Halt!
Nothing happens. Knute looks at Robert and shrugs a "what did you expect" shrug. He exits. Robert watches the old man leave. He rubs his face, then he stalks off after Knute, leaving the chair. Mári enters with a large canvas bag. She wears a lightweight, long-sleeved shirt and well-matched, loose-fitting shorts, flip-flops, and fashionable sunglasses. She notices the chair and makes her way to it. She sets the bag down on the sand and looks around. She is alone. She sits in the chair and watches the sunrise. After a few moments, she reaches into the canvas bag and pulls out a bottle of water. She takes a long drink, then digs around the bag and removes sheets of paper held together by a binder clip. She pulls out a pen. She begins to read, occasionally pausing to make edits. She doesn't like what she's reading. Making things worse, she also has to fend off a pesky mosquito.
The fresh surface water flows down the Mulan, a mile-deep shaft of ice colored an ungodly shade of blue, like a popsicle that belongs to a child.
The sound of a mosquito buzzing. Mári waves her hand at the bothersome insect, then makes an edit on the document.
At an inch per minute, the ice, its path greased by fresh surface water.
The sound of a mosquito buzzing. Mári makes another edit, then fends off the mosquito. Robert re-enters. He sees Mári sitting in the chair. He starts to walk toward her.
There is no more slow as a glacier. At an inch per minute, you can practically see the ice. Ugh.
Mári stands up and fends off the buzzing mosquito.
Hello.
Hello.
Did I startle you? I'm sorry.
It is okay. I did not see you.
I had to come back for,
Oh, this is your chair.
actually, it's my father's chair. But you know what? You should feel free to use it.
He does not come back.
No, really, he doesn't need it. He's got other things to keep him busy now the sun's up.
It is a beautiful sunrise.
It is.
The clouds, the colors.
They stare at the sea. The mosquito buzzes nearby. Robert sees it, claps his hands together, and kills it. He looks at his hands.
Oh, did it get you?
Is that blood?
Mári does a brief scan of her arms and legs.
There.
Ugh, now there will be a bump. I think the sea breeze keeps them away. Wishful thinking. Do you know there are mosquitoes in all climates, even in Greenland?
It's not too cold.
Too cold? No.
How do you know?
I was there.
Greenland.
Already it is bigger, my bump.
Are you allergic to mosquitoes?
Mosquitoes, fire ants, some other bugs.
You're in the wrong part of the world if you're allergic to mosquitoes and fire ants.
This is not where I think to be, believe me. I think the conference center is closer to the city.
We're not that far from downtown.
Have you ever tried to Uber from the airport?
Don't mess with that bite.
You wear a suit
Yes,
on the beach
I stopped on the way to the office.
to see the sunrise.
To see the sunrise, yeah. It's particularly attractive this morning. I know where I've seen you. Your face, it's plastered all over town on the posters.
Oh, that. Well, you see me, the poster girl for EnviroCon, Mári.
Robert, you're giving the symposium's keynote address, right?
Tonight, yes.
You don't sound enthusiastic.
It is a difficult topic. I mean, it is not difficult. It is simple. People they do not wish to hear. I mean, listen.
I'm listening.
Polar bears on ice, a review of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change Fifth Assessment Report. Long-term climate change, projections, commitments, and irreversibility.
Polar bears on ice was kind of interesting.
Yes, the rest is dry and dull. Hard to make people listen. Hear. You can imagine.
I can imagine.
And full with factual misstatements.
Lies?
Errors.
I've worked on plenty of things full of factual misstatements of both sorts.
Oh?
It's what I do, up there in the mayor's office. My suit.
Ah, a man of importance. You must tell me more about what you do in the office of the mayor.
Okay, if you'll tell me a little more about you.
I agree.
And I will show you paradise. What?
In all my travel, that is the worst pickup line ever I have heard.
What? Oh, no. That's the name of the town, Mount Paradise. Although, factually speaking, there's no mountain. We're right at sea level.
There is a town here, more than a hotel and a conference center.
Sure. Mount Paradise is its own incorporated city. We've got lower tax rates. That's why they put the conference center here, and the country club, and the shops and hotels and restaurants. We've got an amusement park in the works, too.
Magnificent. Very well. Walk, talk.
Dinner?
We will see.
Mári gathers her things and puts them into her bag. Robert looks at her leg.
Wow, you were right.
About what?
That's quite a welt you've got going.
Mári twists to look at the back of her thigh, then gives up. She holds out the bag.
Carry this, please.
Robert looks at the bag and then at Mári. She laughs and puts down the bag before strutting off. Robert watches her, then picks up her bag and the chair and chases after her. Act 1, Scene 2, the town plaza. Knute marches in a square 10 paces north, then 10 paces west, 10 paces south, and finally 10 paces east. When he has completed his square pattern, he starts off on another, retracing his steps. He holds a hand-painted sign that reads, "The end is nigh." No one pays attention to him.
I've lost my picture. But the earth is utterly broken. She is split apart. She is violently shaken. There we are. She staggers like a drunken man. She sways. Man's transgressions lie heavy upon her.
Jerry, wearing shorts, a tank top, running shoes, and Iron Man sunglasses, has entered and watches Knute.
She lies defiled, for they have transgressed her laws, violated her statutes, broken the everlasting covenant.
She?
Therefore her curse devours the land, and its inhabitants suffer for their guilt.
Her curse.
Behold, she will empty the land and make it desolate, and she will twist its surface and scatter its inhabitants.
I don't remember a she in Isaiah. It's Isaiah, right? Who is this she you're going on about?
But I say, woe is me, for the traitors have betrayed. With betrayal, the traitors have betrayed.
That's redundancy.
What?
With betrayal, the traitors have betrayed. It's redundant, circular.
It's the truth.
The truth?
Yes.
Metaphor.
What?
It's metaphor. The Bible's full of it. Metaphor, I mean, like your sign.
What's wrong with my sign?
Nigh?
Nigh?
Nigh. I mean, what is that really?
You're asking me?
That's a rhetorical question. Nigh is just some time in the future. I mean, clearly we're not there yet.
But it is coming. It approaches with the certainty of truth. It's bound to happen.
But it hasn't, has it? I mean, everything is nigh, right? The end of the world, sure, it's nigh. So's happy hour, and I know which certainty I'd stake my life on this afternoon. Nigh. You're hedging your bets, advertising an end that might never arrive.
Might? What is this might?
The end of the world, you village idiot.
You're the idiot.
Oh, me?
For they have transgressed her laws, violated her statutes. With betrayal, the traitors have betrayed.
You really should calm down. I mean, people are going to think you're losing it.
Don't you patronize me. I'm the sane one here.
Shouting at strangers in the plaza is the act of a sane man.
I'm here to warn you.
That the end is nigh. I got it.
Oh, you say you do.
It's still not as nigh as happy hour. But why do you march in a square?
What?
You march in a square pattern, 10 steps each side?
Surveilling me, are you?
I'm just curious.
Working for the government?
Does it show?
I knew it. Oppressor, I resist.
I don't work for the government. Not anymore.
But you did. Why?
So why are you marching around in a square?
What?
Most village true believers just pace back and forth or stand in one place and harangue. You march in a perfect square.
I am on higher ground.
Well, marching around with a placard and shouting at me isn't taking the high ground.
No, I mean this right here. This is higher ground. Highest ground. I'm defending it.
Highest ground.
This is the mount of Mount Paradise. Waters rise when she commands the seas to pour over dune, dike, and levee. This is all that will remain above water.
Your little square.
Yes.
It's like inches above sea level here. What about City Hall? City Hall's right there. You'd be high and dry on the second, third floor, no?
You assume that City Hall won't be washed away with the other contagion when she cleanses the land.
Oh, look, I would be as happy as the next guy to see that antebellum cliche washed out to sea, but I don't see how that can happen and leave your little exposed patch of grass unharmed.
High and dry, this patch of grass.
You're certifiable.
Not all the time. Did you hear about the scientists who were trapped by a sleuth of vengeful polar bears?
No.
10 bears penned a team of Russians in their Arctic weather station for 2 weeks. How do you think they knew to stalk and trap those scientists?
How did they know?
She told them. She egged them on.
The bears.
Oh, yes. Yes, she did.
She.
Earth Mother.
I'm sorry.
You will be.
Knute recommences his square pattern march in silence.
It's nice to see you again too, Pops.
Act 1, Scene 3, the mayor's office. It is empty save for a large desk on which sits a computer monitor and a multi-line telephone. Robert shows Mári in. He is wearing a different suit. She is changed into more formal evening wear.
This is where you work.
Yes.
On what?
Sorry?
On what do you work?
On whatever happens to cross my desk.
Mári sits on the edge of his desk.
Such a large desk.
It is.
And yet it is completely absent of...
Work?
Yes.
Trust me, that's because I've got everything under control.
On the phone, one of the buttons starts flashing on and off.
Do you answer that?
I'm in a meeting.
It is important, perhaps the mayor.
He's not at his desk.
This is how you spend your days.
It's not usually this busy.
You say you are a policy wonk at City Hall in a burgeoning city morphing into a burgeoning metropolis. Should there not be in-trays flowing over with important metropolis wonkery? Your phone line should flash with urgent requests for wonkish answers. You do not even have a plant.
Wonkery in Mount Paradise isn't exactly glaciology, though it may feel like life moves slower than a glacier around here.
You paid no attention to a word I said.
I heard every word.
But did you listen?
The metaphor is dead. Climate change means there is no more slower than a glacier. In Greenland, great glaciers are accelerating, caught up in any number of feedback loops as surface ice flows through deep cracks and holes, moulins, lubricating the bedrock beneath. The ice sheet, think of it as an eons-old, mile-high, small country-sized chunk of ice, speeds toward the sea, calving icebergs the size of city blocks. Massive amounts of ice dumps into the ocean, raising sea levels all around the world.
Bravo.
I paid attention.
For all the wrong reasons.
I don't think I've ever witnessed a standing ovation for a speech about the end of mankind.
They appreciate the scope of the science.
They appreciate other things.
Most people do not understand, choose not to understand.
The intricacies of ice streams and moulins and glacier calving throws them off, does it?
Mm-hmm.
The people in the audience tonight were not most people.
No.
A room full of concerned scientists and the United Nations subcommittee of the subcommittee types.
My people. This part of the world is going to end up underwater. You understand this, right? The conference chose your town for a reason.
I'm counting on us figuring it out before it's too late.
Before? Have you seen who is in charge?
Who's captaining the Titanic?
Captain, first officer, cook. It is a ship of fools.
Well, there are others out there, you know, more capable of steering the ship.
Others? Ah, you speak of you. Have you a plan?
I have plans.
It is important to have people who understand in places where they can do good, people who will listen.
who here.
Yes. I'm glad the conference chose your town. Your pretty sunrises and attention-paying ship captains.
I'm glad you're here too.
Robert and Mári kiss.
That was nice.
Distract you from the end of the world, the speeding glaciers?
The glacier moves because it is inevitable.
Don't you mean its movement is inexorable?
It is the same.
They kiss again. Act 1, Scene 4, the town plaza. Knute holds his sign and marches in silence, tracing his square. 9 paces north, then 9 paces west, then 9 paces south, and finally 9 paces east. When he has completed his square pattern, he starts off on another, retracing his steps. Jerry enters.
Hey, Pops.
Unbeliever?
You recognize me, right? You know who I am, right?
Of course I do.
Okay. That's good. It's a relief because
You're here for the beach bonanza?
what?
Look at you, ready to get down, ready to rock, prepared to party.
No.
Are you telling me that you're here for the conference? Oh, that is rich. You're here for the festival, the parades, and the booze, and the wet t-shirt contests, and the debauchery.
Okay, sure. I'm here for the bonanza.
The debauch on the beach. I knew it. Disgusting. You're disgusting.
You know what? Go fuck yourself, you insane old shit.
But I sense something else. The debauch on the beach is not the only reason you're here. There's something more, something personal.
Yeah? And what would that be?
I haven't the foggiest idea.
Bat shit crazy.
I don't trust you. Whatever you expected to find here is long gone. Cast aside whatever you think you know nothing. A curse devours the land and its inhabitants suffer for their guilt.
Jerry exits. Knute flips him the finger. Act 1, Scene 5, a hotel room. Mári stands in front of the bathroom sink, a basin on a pedestal. She washes her face in the running water. She looks at herself in the mirror a long time. Her attention turns to the basin. She follows the water spiraling down the drain, tracing its direction with her finger. She stops and looks at herself in the mirror. Then she submerges her hands in the basin. She takes her hands out and lets them float up into the air over her head and looks up at them, the water running down her arms, dripping on her face. This amuses her, so she scoops another handful of water and repeats the gesture, raising her hands overhead and watching the water run down her arms and drip on her face. She looks in the mirror. She smiles. Act 1, Scene 6. Robert and Jerry are seated at a table at a restaurant. Robert sips on a martini and Jerry drinks a beer.
Look, do you want my help or not?
I want your help.
But
I don't need to run a cutthroat K Street campaign to win.
sure you do.
If you haven't noticed, I'm doing fine without your professional input.
You're doing okay.
You never would have come down here if you didn't if you didn't know I had a good shot at the governor's mansion.
On paper,
You saw the polling data.
an infinitesimal sample size and a margin of error of plus or minus 5 percentage points.
Give me a little credit, will you? You're not jealous. Jerry, what? What is it?
It's nothing.
Spit it out.
What's with the old man?
Don't change the subject.
Seriously, bro, what's with him?
I don't know if you've noticed, bro, but this part of the world is crawling with old people where retirement's central.
Him.
The guy with the sign,
The guy with the sign, yeah.
Knute.
You call him Knute?
That's his name.
Jesus, Robert.
What do you want me to call him, Jerry? It's his name.
He doesn't recognize me.
Yeah, you've been gone.
I'm back now. I don't think he recognizes you.
Yeah.
We're his sons, Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He rants, Jerry. That's what he does now. He rants, okay? I don't know what's going on in his head. I gave up trying to get inside that hornet's nest long ago. And believe me, I tried. I spent years caring for him with help from... I'm doing the best I can. Anyway, it's safer to have him out there where I can keep half an eye on him.
He thinks the Earth's in peril.
Caught his climate change rant, did you?
He has another name for it. At least he has something he believes, right?
Sure. Why not? True believer. Him doubling down on doom. Mount Paradise's high priest of environmental catastrophe.
You reckon climate change is like... You reckon it's like religion?
Like? Look around. We've got 5,000 adherents in our conference center for this weekend's worship. Booking up our hotels, renting our pedicabs, eating in our restaurants, and drinking in our bars.
Right. Well, what about you?
Me?
Where do you stand on climate change?
Doesn't really matter where I stand, so long as there's a steady stream of whomever coming to town spending their cash money. Next week's beach bonanza brings a whole new bunch of zealots, just worshiping something different. Fun and surf and good times.
Okay, then.
Okay.
I wasn't sure you'd go for this, but I think you're ready.
Ready for what?
Jerry opens a briefcase and pulls out a pair of thick-rimmed glasses.
Try these on.
Why?
We're going to have to work on your image.
I don't need glasses.
You want my help?
Fine. Oh, wait a minute. Prescription lenses?
Of course not. Look, they're strictly for looks. Come on, put them back on. Good. That's good. See, voters trust a man who wears glasses, projects a gravitas. That's important, especially if you're single. Electorate wants to think their leaders take things seriously.
And a pair of thick-rimmed non-prescription glasses is all I need to convince them I'm serious.
It worked for Rick Barry.
Oh, yeah, a paragon of serious thought.
Voters bought it. Elected the guy governor 3 times. Now he's a cabinet secretary. It is the department of oops.
I think my credentials speak more to my seriousness than a pair of fake spectacles.
Oh?
Twice elected mayor of Mount Paradise.
Of a coastal convention destination and retirement community populated by tourists and a placard carrying kook and alligators. Don't get ideas above your station.
I thought the entire reason you came down here was because I have ideas above my station.
I don't give a damn about your ideas. Just your station.
It's always a competition with you, isn't it?
In it to win it, bro. I am in it to win it.
I wonder what Mom would say if she could see us now.
Hand me a cigarette.
Fetch me my bottle and a glass.
You going to the rap tonight?
Envirocon?
Yeah.
I hadn't planned on it.
Well, you're going.
No, just because you beat me out of Mom's womb by 57 seconds doesn't mean you can boss me around.
Sure it does. Oh, see, you kept the glasses.
I'm considering going.
You're the mayor, and it's the mayoral thing to do. You know, you might get your face on CNN.
I might.
And don't forget to wear them.
Yeah, I'm going. I met someone, okay?
Oh.
Her name's Mári.
Mári? Mári? The woman scientist poster girl?
You know her?
Yeah, her face is plastered all over the plaza.
That's her.
You haven't got a hope.
Well, what makes you so sure?
Bro, you're so out of her league. She's hot and smart and probably jet setting it off to another pristine part of the planet for the next confab. The instant this one is done and dusted.
Well, maybe she's not jetting off right away. Maybe we've planned to meet after the wrap. Maybe we've already met.
Carry her bags to the hotel. Hail her a pedicab. Was she impressed when you told her you were the mayor of paradise?
I didn't say. She didn't work for the mayor.
You didn't tell her.
I didn't want to make a big deal about it.
Didn't want to. You're going to be way more work than I thought.
I know my priorities.
Do you?
Well, like I said, you wouldn't be here if you didn't think I had a decent shot at winning.
Well, then you better start taking this more seriously.
Robert puts on the glasses.
Harry was 3-time governor.
Yeah, but dalliances with enviro divas aren't part of the plan.
Who says this is a dalliance?
Act 1, Scene 7. The town plaza. Knute marches his square, holding his sign. Now he paces 8 steps per side. Jerry enters. He watches as Knute does his square circuits while quoting disaster stats.
2013, Typhoon Haiyan, Philippines. 6,000 dead, 1,000 missing. Earthquake, Baluchistan, more than 400 dead. Floods, Mexico, 55 dead, 750,000 stranded. Floods, India, 5,700 presumed dead. Tornado, Oklahoma, 24 dead. Earthquake, Sichuan, 196 dead. Meteor, Russia, 1,000 injured. And just think of the millions who lost their minds when they experienced that.
What are you doing?
Getting your attention. 2014, natural hazards not so bad, though the Ebola was particularly horrible that year.
Natural hazard? Don't you mean disaster?
There's no such thing as a natural disaster. Think about the contradiction. It can't be natural if it's a disaster. A disaster is the consequence of an earth event man didn't do enough to avoid. The disaster is artificial, unnatural. It's our own damn fault. Like when a hurricane storm surge swamps a town built on land that is barely above sea level.
Like when an earthquake destroys a city built on an ancient lake bed?
2017 earthquake, Mexico City. Good. Well, not good. Almost 200 dead. You know why the earth shakes?
What is this? A test? Tectonic plates bind against each other until the pressure needs to be released and...
No, she shakes. A gesture intended to rid herself of an unwanted pest, the way the dog scratches at the flea.
The earth is being shaken deliberately, like by God?
No, fool. She is the agent of her own shaking. It's all her. Earthquakes, fires, floods, droughts, hurricanes, tornadoes, pestilence, animal attacks. She is regaining control, but she's just rehearsing.
Rehearsing.
Yeah, she's practicing for the big one.
The big one.
Yeah, when she unleashes the full torrent of her rage.
And you're here to warn us.
I have my duty.
Reciting lists of natural hazards like they were sports stats.
They're proof.
You can't count the meteor.
Why not?
That's extraterrestrial. Okay? A random bit of space rock smacking Russia. What did the Earth have to do with that?
Her mother.
What did Earth Mother have to do with the Russian meteor?
She didn't get out of the way, did she? She's going to shake, flood, scorch, and plague us from her surface, whatever it takes.
Well, there will be a lot of collateral damage.
Plants and animals, birds and bugs.
Yeah?
I know, it depresses the hell out of me, but she has no choice. She has to take back control from us.
From man?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Here, hold this a minute.
Wait, what?
Knute
Me?
hands Jerry his sign.
Who else? I'm excited you're catching on. It makes me have to pee.
Jerry holds the sign reluctantly. Knute turns his back and begins to urinate.
Jesus, Pops.
Act 1, Scene 8, the mayor's office. Robert sits at his desk. Now there's a neat stack of manila folders on it and a second phone. Both phones blink with call waiting lights. Robert is taking a call on one of the phones.
Rude? The dispatcher was rude to you. Crazy. Oh, she called you crazy. And then she hung up on you. Christ. But you're okay, right? Is everything okay? Do you need EMS, the police? A mosquito. Well, I think that's because it's not an actual emergency. No. I mean, I understand you're concerned. Yes, your feelings are real. I honor I understand, but I can assure you there is no threat from the mosquito. Yes, I've got everything under control.
Robert hangs up and stares at the lights blinking on the phones. Mári walks in. She carries a small potted plant.
Oh, hey, hi.
They said I could come up. It is okay? You look more busy than before.
Yeah, the sudden uptick in municipal responsibilities. What's that?
It is for you, for your office.
Oh, thank you.
Mári gives Robert the plant, then a kiss. He shifts a pile of folders to make room on his desk for the plant.
Are you going to answer those?
I'm taking a break.
They kiss again.
Paperwork?
Reports, protocols, projections.
Ooh, sexy.
To you.
Mári finds a space in the desk and sits.
Folders of bureaucratic jargon and terms d'art make me hot.
Mári swings from her water bottle. Robert places his hand on her leg.
Well then, feel free to peruse the paperwork.
I have a little sexy reading I must do too. It is at the hotel. But I am taking a break.
She kisses him again.
More exciting Envirocon action on the horizon.
There is one, perhaps two more symposia this year. Do not misunderstand me. I love all of it. The research, the ideas, the panels, and the interviews.
Your face on posters all over town.
Someone has written Ice Cassandra on the posters in the plaza. Very big letters.
Ice Cassandra.
I am the predictor of bad tidings. My specialty is the Arctic.
All right, well, I'll look into it. You know, we have our very own doomsayer in Mount Paradise. Have you met him? Knute, the old guy with the sign marching around the plaza?
We do not speak. I do not like the way he stares at me.
He stares that way at everyone.
Yes.
Mári hops off the desk and looks out the window.
Did you see the photo of the polar bear? The one stuck on a chunk of ice? Like in your report, just floating in the ocean?
I have not, but it is not uncommon. Not anymore. It is tragic, really.
Tragic.
Poor thing will starve to death.
Oh.
Or they will shoot it out of pity.
No shit.
Indeed. And on that cheerful note, I leave you to your sexy paperwork.
I can think of something else we could do.
You no longer have the space on your desk.
Ooh, I could clear this with a brusque sweep of my arm.
Ooh, such machismo. Alas, it is my loss. Do not pout. I will make it worth the wait.
I'm going to have a hard time focusing.
Maybe. If you answer one of those flashing lights, you will focus once more.
Okay. See you later.
Mári leaves. Robert stares after her for a moment and looks down at the bank of blinking lights. He picks up the handset as his finger hovers over the buttons. Finally, he takes a deep breath and pushes one.
Hello. And what can I do for you on this beautiful day in paradise?
Act 2, Scene 1, the restaurant. Mári sits at a table. She looks at her watch. She looks around the restaurant. She stirs a tortilla chip in a small bowl of salsa. She's about to put it in her mouth and stops. She looks at the chip. She sticks it in the sauce and sits back in her chair. She looks at her watch again. Jerry enters. He sees Mári and stops. He looks around the room. He considers leaving. Instead, he takes a deep breath and wanders up to her table.
Jerry, what are you doing here?
Oh, it's nice to see you too, Mári. Thought you'd be long gone. Now the conference is over.
I am still discovering my life in paradise.
Well, you read the brochure.
I did my research.
Feasting on the local bounty.
In truth, I am not.
You should try the ceviche.
Another time.
Do you mind?
Help yourself.
Jerry seats himself at her table and starts to eat a tortilla chip.
EnviroCon.
What?
That's what I'm doing here.
You came for a symposium on the environment?
Not really. I'm here on business or an urgent family matter. Maybe pleasure. I haven't decided yet.
You did not come to see me, did you?
What? Oh, hell no. I had no idea you were even on this continent. I thought you'd be,
What?
feasting on some foreign bounty. Where did we part company? Was it Copenhagen? Buenos Aires? Atlantis?
You know where we were.
I don't know where I was. I was on the hydrofoil to Vienna. I had no idea where you were, where you went. You appeared out of the blue, and then one day, whoosh. I know why you disappeared. And I'm sorry.
You could have found me if you had looked.
Oh, you left clues, did you?
I told you where I would be.
I know what you told me, and it wasn't true.
Not true.
I tried to find you. After 3 days in Vienna, when I realized you weren't going to meet me.
3 days.
Look, I wasn't as quick on the draw back then. I missed the clues.
Were you a mess?
Was I devastated after you left? Yeah. I didn't know what hit me. I was a mess.
And now?
Now?
What are you now?
Well, now I'm hungry. Did you see the photo of the polar bear stuck on a chunk of ice? Just floating there in the ocean? They say it could starve to death.
Yes.
It's floating in the ocean, surrounded by fish, and it's going to starve?
Yes.
That's ridiculous. That's like if I was locked in the kitchen back there with all this prepared food and the chef's gone AWOL. That's chow time, baby.
You do not understand.
That bear is living large.
That bear is going to die.
Matter of fact, Mári, same bundle of laughs I knew and just,
And?
Fuck it. You should know he's running late.
Who is?
His Honor, your date. He's catching up on his mayoral duties.
I would hardly call this a date. We are meeting for brunch.
So the two of you aren't a thing.
Whatever gave you that idea?
Well, the fact that he didn't come home last night and I know he was going out to see you.
How would you know that?
I followed him.
Followed him.
I'm just looking out for my brother.
Brother?
We're twins. Fraternal. I know we don't look like we sprang from the same matriarchal loins. A patriarchal, whatever. Trust me, we're brothers. He's the yin to my yang, potato to my potato.
Did you say mayoral duties?
Did I say that? Did I?
He is mayor?
He didn't tell you?
No.
Yep. Big Brother's the mayor. Mayor of Paradise. It's a great title, no? He's had several in his time. Class president, captain of the football team and the debate team, come to think of it, valedictorian, complete prick, prickus totalis. He even had the lead in our school play.
Your resentment goes back a long time.
4th grade. Maybe 3rd. He starred as the moon. You get it? Whatever. He sang, he danced. A singing, dancing moon. He's quite the ham. He still is. I mean, he's a politician, right?
Did you have a part?
Me?
In your school play, what were you?
I was the sun. He eclipsed me. Ivy League college, summa cum laude, Ivy League graduate school, PhD in public policy, London School of Economics, for fun, I gather. He's a fucking genius. Prickus totalis.
What happened to you?
After Vienna,
After Vienna.
I fulfilled my role as the black sheep of the family.
What do you mean?
I went to law school, and then I became a corporate lobbyist. Funny thing about Vienna, I arrived on a warm, sunny day, but then the rain came, and once it started falling, it never stopped.
Robert enters. He's out of breath. He carries a thick file folder. He sees Mári and Jerry at the table and pauses. Then he joins them, stopping to kiss Mari's cheek.
He's not bothering you, is he?
Just a little.
Good morning, bro. You're looking a little worse for wear. Long night?
Sorry I'm late. Something's come up.
At City Hall.
He told you?
Why'd you want to keep your exalted position a secret from the lady?
Is something wrong?
Robert slides a manila folder to her.
Zika.
The malt beverage?
The virus. It's here.
Here.
The shrunken head baby disease?
Microcephaly.
I thought it was only in Brazil.
There's been a local case. I got a call from the CDC.
Someone who is home after a vacation.
Nope. Woman bitten in her yard, I think.
It was just a matter of time before cases turned up in this country on their own.
That's what the CDC guy said.
People are gonna freak, and you'll have to cancel the beach bonanza.
I'm not going to cancel the beach bonanza because of a single random incident. I'm going to let the experts do their job. There's a team coming to do door-to-door inspections, and there's a protocol we're supposed to follow to communicate calmly with the people. It's all under control.
Gave you an instruction manual, did they?
Yeah.
The feds.
The Center for Disease Control.
The government.
Please. They're basic precautions. It's not a conspiracy. I'm going to phone the governor in a few, see if we can get Medicaid coverage for mosquito repellent.
The governor?
It's his call.
He's not going to go for that.
Probably not.
That could be a good angle to play.
This isn't politics.
It will be. You should spray.
What?
Get your hands on a few crop dusters worth of DDT and kill the little fuckers.
DDT!
Agent Orange, whatever's in vogue these days. Knowledge.
Don't be ridiculous. It's just one possible case.
Yet, there you carry a playbook in the event of an outbreak.
It's not a conspiracy.
Isn't it?
I'm not going to spray the town. It's unnecessary.
And irresponsible.
Irresponsible?
Spraying Naled. Naled is most toxic.
Duh, it's supposed to kill mosquitoes.
And it will kill every other living thing it contacts.
Bugs. bugs. It's designed to kill bugs.
No one knows the long-term effects of spraying Knute. It is banned in the EU.
They don't need it in Europe. What mosquito wants to live in Europe? It's cold. Think Greenland, bro. Look, anyway, last I looked, we're not in the European Union. We're in America. And if you want to protect your fellow Americans, you'll spray. You'll be a hero, and you'll get one up on the enemy.
The governor is not my enemy.
Of course he is.
I'm not doing it.
You're not going to spray
No.
because of some disputed detrimental environmental effects.
Disputed.
Yes.
Now, who sound like a couple of conspiracy nuts?
Are you leaving?
I'm outnumbered, and I have a call to make.
Please tell me it's not to the governor's office.
Okay, it's not to the governor's office.
Oh, Christ, Jerry.
Enjoy your brunch.
That was abrupt.
He suffers from a shortage of manners. Pretty presumptuous of him, sitting at your table.
He's your twin brother,
Yeah.
and you are the mayor.
Anything else he divulge? Did he tell you who he lobbied for?
No,
Big Ag. The Monsantos and Bayers and Dow Chemicals of the world. The guys who supply the pesticides he wants me to spray on the town.
big bad corporate conglomerates.
Yeah. No.
I am not thrilled with Knute or pesticide-laced corn seed, no. On the other hand,
GMOs feed the world.
I believe there is no need for anyone to starve to death.
Well said. Speaking of food, have you ordered anything besides these chips?
I am not hungry.
Fraternal bickering lose your appetite? Or was it the low-level palace intrigue?
Low-level tummy bug. I will be fine later. Rain check?
Rain check. May I?
Mári looks at Robert as he reaches for a chip, dips it in the salsa, and eats it. Act 2, Scene 2, the plaza. Knute holds his sign and marches his little square, now 7 steps aside. Jerry hurries across the stage. He is intercepted by Knute.
You look like someone who forgot his umbrella.
What?
Discombobulated, out of sorts, not wanting to get wet.
Well, it's not gonna rain, is it?
Brings May flowers, stays mainly on the plain.
It's not going to rain, is it?
Of course not. You're in a hurry for another reason.
Gonna try to read my mind again?
Knute holds his hands out and waves his fingers in the general direction of Jerry's face.
What are you doing? What?
It's happening here now.
What is?
She has sent a warning of her intent, a shot across the bow.
What are you talking about?
Pestilence in paradise.
What?
The Zika finally made it all the way from the rainforest.
How do you know that?
How do I know anything? I listen and she tells me.
You're starting to creep me out.
The mayor told me, you hedonistic halfwit, and caught him running in the other direction with a pile of paperwork under his arm. So I stopped him and asked him why he was running, just as I stop you now.
Oh, you spoke.
We go back a long way.
Yeah, right. He thinks you rant, that you're a fanatic.
Fanatic? I, my friend, am a member emeritus of the Union of Concerned Scientists. That makes me an expert in science.
No, that's not how it works.
Don't tell me how it works. You're talking to an expert.
Emeritus.
I'm still an expert.
All right, then what does your expertise tell you about the Zika?
I wouldn't worry about the Zika if I were you.
No?
No, it's an illness. You take medicine, you get better. No lasting damage. Unless, of course, you're floating in your mother's womb, then you're in a boatload of trouble. You You're more likely to drown when the ice melts and the oceans rise and your beach-bound paradise is consigned to the briny deep. Or you'll be mauled by an alligator. Earth Mother has all sorts of traps laid for the likes of uncaring, unvigilant men like yourself. Did you hear about the hunter who was crushed to death by an elephant?
No.
He was stalking the beast and got too close, and it sat on him. Vengeance!
Well, he can't have been a very good hunter.
Always with an answer. You have no idea what you face.
Okay, easy, Pops. I know my way around a safari.
In your suit and tie, sitting at your desk.
Hey, that's not me. That's Robert.
Making ill-informed decisions.
I saw the size of the file. He won't be ill-informed for long.
Keep paradise poison-free. No knowledge in paradise.
You sound like a PR campaign.
Son, I'm a walking PR campaign for sanity. Na-na-na-led, na-na-na-led. Hey, 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 goodbye. Na-na-na-led, na-na-na-led. Hey, 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 goodbye.
I'm not so sure about the sanity part, Pops.
Act 2, Scene 3, the mayor's office. Robert sits at his desk surrounded by more paperwork, some of which is stacked in piles on the floor beside the desk. The top of the desk is crowded with laptop computers, the monitor, and the plant. There are more phones, lights blinking, which Robert ignores. He holds his mobile phone to his ear. Mári knocks quietly and enters. She has an unopened bottle of water.
I'll see what I can do. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello.
Oh, hi. I didn't notice you.
Are you too busy for a visit?
No. Come on in. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I know, the desk of the harried executive.
Your plant has grown. You are taking care of it.
That's what I do.
Mári sees the flashing lights on the desk phones.
So many to take care of.
Mostly people who think they're in some sort of mortal peril. That's the downside of living in a resort town brimming with retirees.
They are old. They live with the peril of mortality all the time.
The Grim Reaper may sweep through town on a regular basis, but he's not riding a mosquito.
Is that such a call? Or perhaps the governor, CDC?
Just now.
You may tell me, or are you bound by laws of state secrecy?
Retiree. I fielded 24 calls since lunch from people who want to know if it's safe to go outside because they've seen a mosquito.
24?
And that doesn't include the calls from people who think they've heard the things buzzing around.
Why do they call you?
The Sentinel ran a story on page 5. It was a nothing sandwich until all 4 city television broadcasters led with it on their lunchtime news.
No, I mean, why call you?
I take care of things.
Because you are the mayor?
It was my re-election campaign message. Working hard so you can relax in paradise.
Why do you not delegate?
To whom?
It is just you. Are you mad with power?
I may be going mad.
Do not despair. Everyone has something more within.
Power?
Strength?
A hidden reserve?
Why not? Have you ever felt that there is something going on inside you? There is something more, something inevitable?
I think you mean inexplicable.
How is she?
Who?
The woman who contracted the Zika virus.
She's fine. They quarantined her and pumped her full of antibiotics, and she got better.
A happy retiree.
Not exactly.
No?
She lives in Poco Caliente.
What is that?
Working class district. It's where our maids and gardeners and chauffeurs and cooks and their families live.
But she is better, yes. The emergency is over.
Done and dusted. Now I'm dealing with the residual peril of mortality traumatizing a town of credulous retirees.
The fear, yes. Despite the facts, which are in plain view, yet no one wants to believe. Everyone is turning into idiots.
Fear sells. That's why mosquitoes led the lunchtime news. You manipulate your audience by scaring them so much they're afraid to look away from the very screens on which you feed them even more fear. It's a vicious circle. Petrification for profit.
Would you not do the same thing to make sure you got what you wanted?
Me?
I have never met a politician who did not know how to manipulate his audience to get what he wanted.
You give us too much credit. Most politicians are vain, power mad, and curious. We haven't got the smarts or the time to make considered decisions on our own. We rely on the party machine to spin the stories that we regurgitate to our constituents.
Oh, and you? Do you think for yourself? Or are you just a power-mad, incurious cog in the party machine?
I'd like to think I'm more evolved than that.
Vanity, then.
Sorry?
Mári cracks open her water bottle and drinks all of it in one draught. Robert's cell phone rings on his desk.
I have to take this.
Another frightened retiree?
CDC. Yes. Yes. I'm sorry, say that again. Okay, yes, I understand. Thank you.
What is it?
There's been another case reported.
Zika?
Same neighborhood, a few blocks over. Middle-aged Hispanic male. They're trying to figure out if he had any direct contact with the infected woman.
And if not?
Act 2, Scene 4, the plaza. Jerry and Knute argue.
Political expediency.
You mean survival?
No, I mean doing what's best for the people.
Oh, you get to say.
Yes, me and
What you mean is you're doing what's best for you, like keeping your job.
without people like me and my brother, the mayor, you'd be eating shit and living in hovels and beating each other's brains out with sticks. You need us. The organization, the control, it'd be like Lord of the Flies otherwise.
Now who's lecturing who?
Do they pay you to be an emeritus member of the Union of Concerned Scientists?
Do they pay you to guzzle beer and ogle bikini-clad young women in resort towns while telling their betters what's good for them?
I think you put too much blame on humanity.
Who else is there to blame?
You're overreacting.
Fukushima, Japan.
Tectonic plates.
Amatrice, Italy.
Tectonic plates.
Maikura, New Zealand.
Tectonic plates.
Oklahoma.
Fracking?
All right, thank you.
I'll give you that one. But it isn't proven.
Of course it is.
It's not. Well, how then?
I'm not saying.
Oh, because you can't prove it.
Oh, you just don't want to hear.
Sure I do.
La, 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 la.
All right, okay. I'm sorry.
Apology accepted.
And
I'm not saying because I can't.
you can't?
I can't. I'm not permitted to say anything because of the settlement, the NDA.
You signed a non-disclosure agreement with who exactly?
I'm not permitted to say.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm not permitted to talk about my work, my real work. I'm not permitted to talk about science, specifically my science, my research that she stole. Huh? I've said too much.
Whoa. Hey, whoa there, Pop. Slow down. And why don't you have a seat? Take a break.
Knute calms himself by reciting another year's worth of natural hazards.
2016 earthquake, Myanmar, magnitude 6.83, dead 185, Buddhist pagodas damaged. Hurricane Matthew, Haiti, 900 dead, thousands homeless. Cholera, earthquake, New Zealand, magnitude 7.8, 100,000 landslides, thousands stranded. Earthquake, Indonesia, magnitude 6.4, more than 100 dead. Earthquake and tsunami, Solomon Islands, magnitude 8.0, 50 dead and thousands left homeless.
Are you okay?
I can't talk about my real work, so I'm left with statistics and Isaiah. She is split apart. She is violently shaken. It's as close as I can get to speaking the truth without winding up shackled to my bed in a psychiatric ward in the middle of nowhere. Behold, she will empty the land and make it desolate, and she will twist its surface and scatter its inhabitants. That's all I have left. But it's the truth. Isaiah knew. He got it. And look what happened to him.
What happened to Isaiah?
Seized and sawed in sunder with a wood saw.
Act 2, Scene 5, the mayor's office. Robert sits at his desk fielding a call on one of the desk phones. Mári looks out a window that overlooks the plaza. Robert's mobile phone is buzzing on his desk. The other phones are blinking with multiple calls, and his desktop computer keeps dinging and bleeping with the arrival of new emails and text messages.
Yes, I hear you. No, we don't. No, I'm not authorizing that. Yes, wait and see. Thank you, sir.
CDC.
Governor's office. 7 more possible cases have been reported in Poco Caliente. Could be one in Paradise Heights.
Paradise Heights.
Gated community. The well-to-do. CDC is going door to door. Nothing's confirmed.
You seem calm.
Let the experts do their job.
You are taking care of your people.
I'm asking them to be patient.
But they want action?
Yes.
What do you do?
I tell them to play golf, go shopping, visit friends, go about their normal lives. I've got everything under control.
Working hard so you can relax in paradise.
Just following the playbook.
Have you seen this?
Mári shows Robert her phone.
Killer virus hits Paradise. U.S. town first to record homegrown case of the deadly... Killer? Deadly? For Christ's sake, what is this?
The Daily Mail.
The UK Daily Mail?
Yes.
The first confirmed case of the deadly tropical virus in the U.S. has stricken the coastal resort town of Mount Paradise and is reportedly spreading quickly. Residents are taking precautionary actions despite assurances from local authorities that everything is under control. Where the hell did they get that from? What authorities?
Did they contact you?
The Daily Mail?
Yes.
Hell no. I don't think so. Christ, I'm getting so many calls, it's hard to remember who I've spoken to.
Robert's cell phone rings. He sighs and returns to his desk to field the call.
I should leave you alone.
Lunch?
Maybe we rain check? I am not feeling 100%.
You need to see a doctor?
God, no.
Okay. Sorry about that. I'm in a meeting. No, it's done. What have you got?
Robert waves at Mári as she leaves, then turns his attention to the contents of one of the folders on his desk. Mári pauses in the doorway and stares at Robert.
No, I've told them. Spraying is not an option.
Act 2, Scene 6, the plaza. Jerry reads a story on his mobile phone. Knute stands in his spot. They hold to-go cups of coffee.
Thanks for the refreshment.
What? Oh. Yeah.
You're distracted.
Huh?
What's so interesting?
Oh. Sorry, it's the bear. It has a name.
What bear?
The polar bear, the one floating out on the ocean on the block of ice, the one that's going to starve to death surrounded by fish.
Bears don't hunt away from land. It's probably confused, lost, definitely in danger of starvation.
Well,
Sure.
now it has a name.
Of course, the bear has a name. The Inuit give names to all their spirit gods. The Inuit name for the bear, for the polar bear god is
Bob.
what?
Bob.
Bob?
Yeah, I know. Bob.
How is that possible?
There was an online contest sponsored by some ad hoc subgroup of a United Nations NGO, and the overwhelming favorite was Bob. Bob the bear, bobbing in the ocean. You get it?
It's a terrible name for such a regal animal, a god. Tornasuk.
Tornau.
Tornasuk. master of whales and seals, who appears as a great bear, invisible to all but the shamans.
Invisible.
Of course, Tornasuk is invisible. It's a god. You don't see gods wandering around the planet, do you?
Well, not these days.
Tornasuk.
Bob.
Gah.
This bear isn't a god. You can see it all over the place. Facebook, Twitter mainly, and its name is Bob. So it's how the people voted. Bob the bear bobbing on the open ocean. Bob is the Bodie McBoatface of doomed Arctic predators.
Bodie, what?
Never mind. Look, I need to talk to my brother.
Well, you're talking to me.
Yep. I'll catch you later, Pops.
Act 2, Scene 7, the hotel room. Mári stands in front of the pedestal sink, which is full of water. She puts her finger in the water. She puts her finger in her mouth to taste the water. She puts her finger back in the water and starts to trace a circle. She traces the circle faster and faster, fascinated. She immerses more and more of her hand in the water. She traces the circle faster and faster. The water splashes all around. Mári looks up beyond the ceiling into the atmosphere. Act 2, Scene 8, the mayor's office. Robert holds 2 phones and is having a conversation on each simultaneously. He does not notice that Jerry stands in the doorway observing him.
What? Okay, say that again. Tracking toward us. Potentially tracking toward us. Christ. What? No, I'm trying to keep the lid on this virus nonsense. Yes, nonsense. It's a nothing sandwich. What? You heard what? Mail? That is categorically not true. That's what I said. There's no outbreak. No. Thank you. How much time until we know for sure? Fine. Just keep me up to speed as the situation develops.
Robert hangs up the second phone. He stares at all the blinking lights on his desktop telephones. He closes his eyes and rubs his face. His mobile phone rings. He looks at the number and shakes his head. Now what? He answers the call.
What?
Jerry speaks into his cell phone from the doorway.
What was that all about?
What was what all about?
The phone calls. What's tracking towards us? A hurricane?
Right now, it's just a tropical storm. How did you know I got a call?
What else tracks towards a seaside resort town that's under siege by a plague of insects on the eve of the biggest outdoor festival of the season?
What the fuck? How long were you standing there listening to me?
Look, long enough to gather you've got twice as much on your plate as when I last saw you.
I need to think.
You need to get a grip. This is a real opportunity.
How do you figure?
This is exactly the sort of situation that turns you into bona fide leadership material.
Bona fide. I'm that now.
Yeah. Mayor of Mount Paradise. I'm talking supersized leadership. A take charge executive successfully leads his people, old people, white people, voter people, through the twin threats of a life-threatening infestation and a major storm. That's big time coverage. It's your chance to look good on national TV.
I've got more serious things to deal with than looking good on TV.
You are seriously mistaken, bro. There is never a bad time to look good on TV. You show everyone you're a take charge, no nonsense, get shit done mayor, ready for higher office. And your bona fides, they'll take care of themselves.
In it to win it?
Yes, now you are talking. That's why I'm here, right?
All right. What do I have to do?
Okay. First thing, start acting with that confidence everyone around here remembers when you were kicking ass on Friday nights and summa cum lauding it over the Ivy League. Okay, put that swagger back in your step.
I can do that.
Okay, now you're talking. What are you doing?
Looking for something. What does it look like I'm doing? Here. Evacuation and quarantine plan.
Evacuation and what?
Quarantine plan to relocate half the coast to somewhere else in the event of a major outbreak. It was drawn up by the governor's office.
He'd turn tail and run in the face of a what'd you call that?
A nothing sandwich.
We attack him on that for sure. And let everyone know that in paradise, it's business as usual. Right?
I've got everything under control.
Damn straight.
What now?
Okay. What time is it? Okay. I'll call the media outlets, get cameras in the plaza. You can read some some kind of prepared statement and look good doing it. I reckon we have like a couple of hours.
I'll start on that statement.
Act 2, Scene 9, the plaza. Knute is marching his square pattern again, 6 steps per side. Mári enters, then pauses. She watches Knute pace his square. Knute senses he's being watched, stops, and looks up at her.
Ice Cassandra.
What did you call me?
Ice Cassandra.
You know my name, Knute.
Yes, I do. Just as I predicted we'd meet again someday. I'm hardly surprised to see you. Couldn't avoid it, what, with your face plastered all over the plaza and viral con? I'd put the emphasis on the con. Ice Cassandra.
It was you who defaced the posters.
My magic marker truth to power.
Power?
You profit from your prophecies of doom. Doom prophetess. Ice Cassandra.
I am going, Knute. I hope you take your medications.
You may be the world's most glamorous talking head when it comes to the Arctic ice melt, but I know what you really are. You're a Trojan horse.
I think you are confusing your mythology, Knute. I cannot be both a Cassandra and a Trojan.
Breezed into my lecture hall, settled in the front row. Such an attentive student. Come, be my assistant on the Greenland project, I said. You were smart and pretty, and that counts for a lot when you have to spend 8 weeks cooped up in a glorified igloo in the middle of the Arctic, clearing away polar bears in boredom when the sun never sets. It turns out you had a knack for navigating the bureaucracy of a large research institution. Another plus, I thought. And you were excellent on stage, in front of the cameras, in the limelight. I groomed you, made you my surrogate, let you speak for me, until you calculated you could do better if you struck out on your own.
I couldn't be your assistant forever.
Decided to shut me up.
You were the agent of your own downfall.
Accused me of molesting you.
You did molest me. You left finger marks on my throat.
You molested me. Rape and pillage. I only grabbed you to stop you taking what was mine.
That is not how the university's lawyers saw it.
I hate lawyers.
That is not how the judge saw it.
You stole my work.
Our work?
Ah!
I earned it. The hours I put in. God, the days, the weeks, cooped up in Greenland, chasing the obvious.
To us, yes, obvious, yet unproven. It was a quest, our adventure. We made a difference, you and me, together. Mári, we could still make a difference, you and me, together, like in the old days.
What is it I hear you say, all the way up in my hotel room, rising on the wind, scolding others with your transgression, with betrayal the traitors have betrayed? That is you chastising yourself, Knute, because you are a cheat.
Never on the science. I put my life into my research, my life. And then you come out of the blue. I should have anticipated it, should have predicted you. You're the traitor. You betrayed.
Be careful, Knute. You do not want to violate the terms of the settlement. Or do you harbor a secret desire to end up shackled to your bed in some psychiatric ward? Your waning days wasted adrift in the middle of nowhere, suffering the slow death of neglect.
Oh, yes, because it is so much better here, playing the resident nut job in a world of shuffleboard and canasta.
Oh, but it is. And here you will remain.
You work a good con, Mári. The best cost me my chair, my tenure, my marriage, my chance to be Secretary of the Interior.
Secretary of the... You are deranged. You have lost your mind.
On the contrary, I have found a deeper understanding. I'm tracking a major discovery.
There is nothing deep about what you understand.
I have watched you, Mári, followed your progress, your growth. I don't think you realize the full extent of your potential.
What are you talking about?
All that time conning beside my knee, and yet you don't see what is right in front of you?
What is that supposed to mean?
Like a storm spinning off the coast, gathering strength. You don't like not knowing, do you? It stares you in the face. What part do I have to play, you ask yourself? What am I?
I think I'm going to be sick.
Can't keep all that stolen science inside you, is that it? Give back what you took from me? Give it back!
Mári clutches her stomach as she leaves the plaza.
Ice Cassandra! Ice Cassandra! Ice Cassandra!
Act 2, Scene 10, the plaza. Robert stands and addresses the news media. He wears the glasses Jerry gave him. Jerry stands nearby, half paying attention, half conversing with someone on his mobile phone. Jerry gives Robert a thumbs up.
Time for one more question. Yes, CNN. Evacuate. There are no plans to evacuate. The governor may be reacting out of an overabundance of caution, but I can assure you that Mount Paradise benefits from already being at a high level of readiness. Yes, a high level of readiness. It's our business to take care of our tourists, conferees, and of course our citizens. We shall prove ready and able to pass the mightiest test. Our people are safe, our town is secure, and our piece of paradise remains open to be shared by people from all over the world. Thank you.
Robert removes his glasses, steps away from the glare of the camera, and joins Jerry.
So
what?
you saw that, right?
Sure.
And
Well, you need to stop using words like shell and mightiest. What the fuck are you? Some jackass preacher?
so it was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was really good. I like how you stuck it to the governor. Nice and subtle, a subtle shiv between the shoulder blades.
This is you toning it down.
Look, speaking of jackass preachers, where's Mount Paradise's placard-carrying, doom-saying geriatric plaza pedestrian?
Ooh.
Knute enters out of breath. He carries his sign and an old umbrella. He resumes his march, now a 5-step square pattern around the two men.
I am at a high level of readiness.
Jerry ushers Robert out of Knute's square.
Hey, you're no longer on higher ground. You're putting yourselves at unnecessary risk.
I promise. If the water starts to rise, we'll hike all the way back up there, okay?
I just hope you make it in time.
Hey, are you still seeing the poster girl for EnviroCon?
What? Yeah, you know I am.
You know what Mári is short for.
Marianne? Marisol.
Oh,
Rhymes with parasol.
mariposa. That's Spanish for butterfly. And I wouldn't count on her sticking around too much longer.
What? Well, how would you know? You just met her. I said you just met her, right? You keeping something from me?
You'll have to ask her.
God damn it.
Knute steps out of his square and jogs past the two men.
God damn it.
What? What's going on?
Are you all right?
Bee!
What?
There's a bee after me.
Where?
On high.
I don't see a bee.
Oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. Is it on me?
Hold still, hold still.
Is it on me?
No, you old fool. There's nothing.
Knute looks back at his square, hesitant to return.
Stay here. I'll do a quick recon.
A quick, thorough recon.
All clear.
You sure?
Absolutely.
What the fuck was that?
I don't like bees, wasps, flying, stinging things.
They're harmless.
Not when they sting you. Fire ants, the worst. Except for bees.
Yeah, okay. Fire ants suck, but you're not a little kid. You can handle a bee sting.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
I have a severe allergy to bee stings.
How severe? Like it could kill you severe, or you just don't like to look down and see the bees stuck in your flesh, wings buzzing and feet wriggling, trapped by her barbed harpoon, desperate to escape, but knowing that the moment she succeeds, her innards are gonna get ripped out. Attacker and victim trapped in a venomous dance of death.
What are you talking about?
But the stinger, even after she's gone, her stinger stays in you. The toxins pumping through your veins because your heart is going mad and your chest beating with adrenaline.
Are you talking about bees?
Buzz, buzz.
Stop scaring him, you jackass. Right. I've given it a thorough look. Safe. Promise.
Buzz.
Okay.
Robert steps out of the imaginary square and invites Knute to re-enter. Knute returns to his higher ground and begins to trace his 5-step square again.
You are such a dick.
Well, maybe, but you're being led by yours. So take my advice. End it with Mári.
I can handle Mári.
Can you?
What are you not telling me?
Nothing. Okay. We had a fling.
You had a thing?
No, a fling.
With Mári?
With Mári?
Yeah, look, a long time ago.
When a long time ago?
I don't know, after college.
Was it a large research institution?
Between graduation and grad school.
You and Mári?
You and Mári? Just asking?
Yes.
Ended badly? I said,
I heard what you said.
ha! She broke up with you.
No, it wasn't like that.
You just don't want to admit it. The stud got crushed.
I've been crushed lots of times. You can't score if you don't play.
Oh, yeah, but this was different.
Oh yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
What happened? What happened? She ditched you in some classic European city?
Fuck you.
She is not to be trusted. He knows.
Oh, what does he know?
She profits from her doomsaying.
You can't blame her if people want to pay to hear her research.
Her research.
You're on the same side.
She is on her own side.
Ah, come on. She worries about the same things you do. Rising sea levels, loss of Arctic sea ice, starving polar bears.
Tornasuk
Bob.
is not to be trusted.
He's right, bro. Steer clear of her. She's an iceberg and you're the Titanic.
Metaphorically speaking.
What the hell has this got to do with you?
Open your eyes. See how she begins to wreak her vengeance?
Vengeance.
Floods, fire, drought, earthquakes.
A run on all the good craft beer in that shit supermarket over there.
The Zika.
The Zika.
It's a scourge, her scourge on humanity.
Therefore, her curse devours the land.
She will empty the land and make it desolate.
Mári.
Earth Mother.
Humanity is an illness. She takes her medicine, she'll get better. Earth Mother will rid herself of the infection. Us, starting with a sequence of attacks, natural hazard after natural hazard, wave upon wave, until humanity changes its ways or is purged.
Natural hazard.
Nature doesn't do disaster anymore, bro. It's all on us, man. Mankind. Putting ourselves in situations where the natural outcome is disastrous. Putting ourselves at risk. Can't blame nature.
Amen.
I can't believe I'm hearing this from you.
Hey, look, you spend enough time with Pops here.
Oh, for Christ's sake, don't encourage him.
Animal attacks, bacterial infection, die-offs, and desertification. We are an illness plaguing her, Earth Mother.
Thank you, friends. The press conference has concluded. You can direct any additional questions to my office.
Even the moon is slowly withdrawing from its orbit.
We are going to lose the moon?
Oh, yes.
Shit.
We're all doomed. Na, 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 na. Hey, 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 goodbye.
I said it's okay, folks. Trust me, everything is under control. What? What do you mean more cases? This is, well, I'll have to look into CDC. No, I haven't spoken to the CDC.
You should reconsider spraying
What?
as a precaution.
To make your big ag pals happy?
But before this gets out of hand,
Na, 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 na. Spray, spray, spray. We die.
Nope. This is not on the record. Yes, off the record. Please turn that off.
the only reason you're resisting is because it's me who's telling you it's the right thing to do.
The only reason I'm not spraying knowledge all over my city is because it's irresponsible. Only confirmed cases, of which I am aware of 2, are in a single neighborhood miles from the town center. Everything is under control.
Na, 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 lead. Na, 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 lead. Spray, spray, spray. The end is nigh.
Shut up!
Na, na, na.
As a safety concern, you might consider relocating non-residents until you figure out how to deal with the epidemic.
2 confirmed cases is not an epidemic. I am not evacuating on the eve of the biggest money-making event of the year.
Oh, no? Well, what about the safety of the tourists? The people flying in for the bonanza, for the symposiums, the lingering enviro con men and women.
Oh, I get it.
You get what?
You want me to evacuate the conferees because Mári's one of them. Then you can chase after her far away from here, far away from me. That's not concern, it's personal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you can all go back to whatever it was you were doing. It is under control. Trust me.
I think they'd trust you if they had a sense that you knew what you were doing. If it's true there are more cases of Zika in the hood, you're putting a lot of people at unnecessary risk. No one wants their babies to grow up with shrunken heads.
Those children never grow up. The women who bear them bear monsters. Birth is death.
You should consider banning sex altogether till the danger is past. And you should let her go.
I'm not giving her up now just because she dumped you 10 years ago.
The end is nigh.
You're not helping!
Mári enters, upset.
Eyes, Cassandra?
Mári, what's the matter? What is it?
I think I'm pregnant.
It starts to rain. Knute opens his umbrella. He holds it over Mári. Intermezzo. Mári, Robert, Jerry, and Knute stand on the stage. They sing the Merry Minuet, lyrics by Sheldon Harnick. They're rioting in Africa. They're starving in Spain. There's hurricanes in Florida. And Texas needs rain. The whole world is festering with unhappy souls. The French hate the Germans hate the Poles. Italians hate Yugoslavs, South Africans hate the Dutch.
And I don't like anybody very much.
But we can be tranquil and thankful and proud, for man's been endowed with a mushroom-shaped cloud. And we know for certain that some lovely day, someone will set the spark off.
And we will all be blown away.
They're rioting in Africa. There's strife in Iran. What nature doesn't do to us will be done by our fellow man. During the song, the polar bear wanders in and watches the singers. Then it stands, puts on a top hat, and holds out a cane. The bear performs a soft shoe routine as the singers sing. At song's end, the polar bear releases the cane and returns to all fours. The hat rolls off its head as the bear pads off stage. The four humans are unaware of the bear. They look at each other. Mári holds her belly. Robert puts on the glasses. Jerry cracks open a beer. Knute opens his umbrella, now modified to include his "end is nigh" message. The rain starts to fall again. Knute holds the umbrella over Mári. Act 3, Scene 1, the restaurant. The next day, Robert and Jerry sit at a table drinking beers. They munch from a basket of tortilla chips and a small bowl of salsa. Robert wears his new non-prescription glasses. He wears them to the end of the play. Jerry hides behind his Iron Man sunglasses.
Every morning?
That's what she says.
And you never noticed, never suspected.
I swear, I had no idea. She hid it well.
Yeah, until she barfed all over that camera crew.
Right.
Took the focus off of us.
Sort of. Speaking of focus.
Yeah, you've taken to your new glasses.
Speaking of focus.
You don't have to say it.
Tropical storm, I lost my fucking mind. I should consider banning sex. What the fuck?
Look, I have no idea what came over me. It was like I was in a trance. I wasn't even drunk.
That came later.
No kidding. Hair of the dog.
Dog? You drank your way through the whole goddamn kennel.
Well, fuck. Guess we just gave back all the leverage we gained.
What's this we shit? You're supposed to be the professional.
Yeah, well, they benched me, bro. I have to earn my way back.
You're here to help me defeat the governor, not resuscitate your career.
Same difference.
Christ, Jerry, you're the lobbyist. You're the fucking expert.
Lobbying is not like campaigning, okay? Lobbying is public relations and backstage bribery, booze and babes, and basically you're hosting a party, okay? Telling people what they want to hear, stroking their vanity. That's easy. Now, the old man, he's doing it the hard way. A true campaigner. Look at him. He's always on message, pacing his square. He's earning it. You see that dude right over there? Drinking kombucha on the patio. He wants to make a graphic novel based on the old kook's life. Everybody's going to want a piece of his story.
But no one believes a word he says.
No one? I mean, I heard the storm's increased in strength.
Yeah, but it's shifted direction.
Gonna miss us?
Looks like it.
That's bad.
Bad.
Yeah, news this morning led with yesterday's plaza meltdown. a looming Cat 4 would have been a good interference play. But next up, they'll be back on the Zika and our lack of resolve.
I'll have a decision soon.
Those new cases were confirmed.
I know.
You're dithering. You need to show voters you're ready to act, especially before the governor goes public with whatever he's thinking.
To spray or not to spray.
Get serious. We need the press to report how you are in control, calling the shots for real. No more stories about disease and destruction and dithering in paradise. Decide.
You're overreacting. The news cycle moves too fast for any of that to stick. Plus, the beach bonanza hits in a week. That takes over news coverage pretty comprehensively. Tourists, bands, regurgitated stories about scalpers, sunburns, sex, and drugs and rock and roll. Like I said, I'm not worried.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure I'd use the word regurgitate just now.
Mári has entered. She joins the men at their table.
How are you feeling?
Better.
Mári watches as Jerry shoves a chip loaded with salsa into his mouth.
A little better. The bear died.
Bob?
They shot it.
Out in the ocean?
From a helicopter. It was the humane thing to do. The poor animal was suffering.
They put down Bob.
Bob was a female.
How could they tell?
Trust the internet to screw that up.
You know, speaking of screw-ups, I'm going to contact a couple of sympathetic journos I know, try to massage whatever positive copy we can get out there, get our messaging back on track.
Yeah, good. I'll see you at Mission Control in a few.
Jerry exits.
Messaging.
He's making amends, hatching a plan.
And you?
Do I have a plan?
Yes.
Take care of you. What's so funny?
I can take care of myself.
Do you want to take a few days, get out of Dodge?
Dodge? I am not avoiding anything.
I mean, get away from here, from Mount Paradise.
You want me to leave paradise because we ate from the tree of knowledge?
That's not what I meant.
I am perfectly capable of doing all the things today that I did yesterday, or last week, thank you. This morning, I ran 5 kilometers on the beach. After lunch, I plan to head into the city to do some research at the university. I am feeling stronger.
You should think about staying away from the beach.
The beach? Are you worried about...
I don't know. Should I be?
You said it was just a random case. 2, you have everything under control.
It might not be so simple.
I am certain these things are never simple.
I don't want to take any chances.
You are not going to use me as an excuse to poison your people.
I am trying to look after you.
You have a whole town of retirees and tourists to look after, and a sizable contingent of journalists and television reporters chasing stories of the apocalypse. Look after them. I will take care of myself.
Act 3, Scene 2, the town plaza. Knute holds his sign, now attached to the shaft of his umbrella, and marches in a square, 4 paces in each direction. Jerry enters and watches him.
The storm has a name. It's a full-grown hurricane now.
It is?
It is, as of 0800.
How do you know?
Heard it on National Public Radio at 8:05.
Knute holds up the modified umbrella placard.
I am at a high level of readiness. Bert?
Jerry. My name. Do you really not remember? I'm Jerry. And you're...
Not me, you idiot. The storm. Hurricane Bert.
Okay. Hurricane Bert. So it's the second storm of the season.
Second storm with a name. There have been plenty of tropical depressions with unfulfilled aspirations, squibs, pretenders, Lots of little phonies not up to the task, like you and your brother, the mayor.
I'm sorry?
Pretending you have things under control when you haven't a clue what's happening. There are phonies.
We have a clue.
Ah,
Yeah, asshole.
no,
Yes, asshole.
no, Alice.
What?
Alice. The first name stormed of the season was called Alice, not asshole. That would be you again, and your brother, the mayor.
Did she make landfall, Alice?
Did you hear about the tenured professor and department chair of a large research institution, a shoe-in for secretary of the Department of the Interior, and who had 2 sons? One, the good one, did as he was told, helped his mother please the teachers, captained the football team, valedictorian, Ivy League, London School of Economics, mayor. The not so good one, the black sheep, the lawyer lobbyist for industrial polluters and genocidal chemists, did his own thing, treated his mother like dirt, disappointed his teachers, scraped a 3rd-rate degree from a 4th-rate college, not a large research institution, hightailed it for Europe, not the London School of Economics, traveled by boat, probably a stowaway.
I wasn't freeloading. I earned my way across the ocean. The fucking Atlantic, Pops.
Met a girl, treated her like dirt, lost her, but not before infecting her with the knowledge of my existence.
You can't blame me for Mári.
I can blame you for anything I damn well want. Alice petered out, vanished somewhere over the ocean. Bert, however, Bert's a whole different kettle of fish. Things could get messy.
Tell me about you and Mári.
Don't want to talk about it.
You brought it up.
Nice Cassandra.
Right.
You want to know about the 2 of us? Because you're obsessed.
I'm obsessed?
Trojan horse, that's what she is.
I think you're confusing your mythology. Cassandra was...
Trojan, I know. And the damned horse was Greek. They call it the Grecian horse. It's a contradiction, I know. I'm old and adult. You're good at reminding me. But I speak the truth. She's a contradiction, a stalking, duplicitous contradiction in a skirt. Ice Cassandra, the Trojan horse. But instead of stealing into my life under the cloak of darkness with a stomach full of murderous Greeks, she appeared in my lecture hall, empty, hungry, a vessel waiting to be filled with knowledge. She tethered herself to me, and before I knew it, began to fill that Trojan horse belly of hers with my work. She was insatiable. I thought she was keen. My mistake. When she had gorged herself to the point she couldn't cram any more in, she betrayed me and vanished.
You never saw her again?
Not in the flesh, not until now, but I followed her career. She rose as I fell. What could I do?
You could have confronted her.
I am a coward, and she had a power over me.
Yeah, seems to be going around.
And a non-disclosure agreement. Lots and lots of lawyers. Better to have had my innards ripped out than to have fallen for that act. Phony. A thief. Once she chose me, I didn't stand a chance. Is that how it was with you?
With me?
Bear down on you like a fury?
No. Well, I mean, we had our moments.
A tempestuous relationship? Tell me more.
Like, there's nothing to really...
What most precious thing of yours did she steal?
Sorry?
She stole my life's work, but you? What could you offer her? What did she steal from you?
Nothing.
Nothing?
My heart.
Well, what?
I was in love, Pops. That's all it was. I fell in love.
Fell in love with... How is that even possible?
Same way you did, I guess.
There's a loud buzzing sound. Knute panics and looks for the bee.
Where is it? Where is it?
Where's what?
The bee! The bee! Where's the bee?
What bee?
The buzzing! Can't you hear the buzzing? Ah!
Knute crouches on the ground and covers himself with his umbrella.
Oh, okay. No, that's it's just my phone.
Knute glowers at Jerry from under the umbrella.
Yeah. What's up, bro? Huh? Do more harm than good. Bees and butterflies. Man. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Leverage restored. Okay. Well, keep me in the loop.
He's going to spray, isn't he?
That was a private conversation.
Won't do any good.
Spraying? Of course. Of course it will.
Ah, you spilled the beans.
Oh, please.
There's no stopping him. He's on a mission now. He's obsessed. Both of you obsessed.
Mission? What mission?
Protect Ice Cassandra's unborn child.
Protect it from what? Zika?
From the Zika, yes.
Oh.
Oh, shrunken heads for the mayor's paramour's baby. But if you calculated the cost,
Oh, no cost. We'll retake the momentum. Make the governor look like he cares more about a few bugs than there are real lives at stake. You know, human lives.
the governor is right to think twice. Your brother will wipe out all manner of life if he sprays. He will rain death on the...
Sure. Look, we've been through that. Lots of dead bugs. Anyway, you should be happy.
Happy?
If a bunch of bees are collateral damage when the mayor annihilates the mosquito population, you won't have to worry so much about being stung now, will you?
I would rather hazard 1,000 bee stings than lose a single creature to a pair of misguided, myopic egomaniacs and your airborne poisons.
Not poisons.
Toxins.
Noxious, but not...
Toxic.
You say toxic, I say noxious.
No, please call the whole thing off. It won't matter. She will find a way to thwart you.
Who will?
You know who.
Mári? Oh, no. I'm not saying it.
Doesn't make one whit of difference if you say it or not. She's going to find a way to stop you.
Act 3, Scene 3, the hotel room. Mári stands in front of the bathroom's pedestal sink, breathing hard. The water is running. She spits and rinses out her mouth. She washes her face. She looks at herself in the mirror a long time. Her attention turns to the basin. She follows the water spiraling down the drain, tracing its direction with her finger. Then she fills the sink as she stares at herself in the mirror. Suddenly, she plunges her entire head into the water. She remains submerged for a frighteningly long time. Then she stands upright again. She stares in the mirror, breathing deeply, the water dripping from her hair and face. Act 3, Scene 4. Robert stands behind his desk in the mayor's office. The room is an ever-increasing mess of files and strewn paperwork. He stares at his desktop computer. The lights on the office phones indicate many calls at once. His computer dings as new mail and text messages arrive. He ignores them all. When his mobile phone buzzes, he picks it up quickly.
Yeah, I saw. I know. You're not giving me enough time to think. Okay. No, I understand. So when? Tomorrow morning? Day after tomorrow? What did the governor say? Yes, I want to know. Oh, okay. Then it's up to me. What? Okay. Use your best judgment, Christ. I'll see to it. Yes, I'll make sure we get the word out.
Robert hangs up the phone and stares at the blinking lights in the desk telephones. There's a knock on the door. Mári enters.
Mári.
Mr. Mayor, you wear your new glasses now all the time, I see.
What? Oh, yeah, I've kind of taken to them. You like?
They make you look...
Professorial? I'm trying to project a little gravitas. How are you?
I am well. I have not been attacked by swarms of marauding insects despite spending time on the beach, and I did not suffocate in the humid depths of the university's science library. Have they heard of air conditioning? The stacks reek of rot and decay.
Mári, I was thinking about the day we met. That mosquito bit you?
It made a welt that lasted for days. You were so kind, applying healing ointments to my body with such diligence.
Yeah.
Something troubles you. Are you concerned about that mosquito bite?
Do you think it...
No, I told you, I am well. Nauseous sometimes. I do not think that has anything to do with your mosquito. No, in fact, if anything, I am feeling stronger.
Have you seen a doctor?
What for?
Be tested
Tested.
for the virus.
You cannot even say it.
You should be tested for the virus.
I do not need to be tested.
How do you know?
I know. You have made a decision, despite all the evidence that you will do more harm than good.
Things are moving quickly. There's a storm coming and we're running out of time.
The storm is nothing.
Nothing. They say it's strengthening by the hour.
You wear a pair of fake glasses so you see things that are not there.
That storm is out there, all right? And the virus is here, now.
You think you're acting honorably, think this is chivalrous, your change of mind.
It's more a change of heart.
The mind, heart. It is still a terrible reason to spray. It is an act of vengeance.
Vengeance?
If I did have the virus, spraying now would not stop what has begun. All it would be is a show of strength. Are you trying to show off to me? Call out your squadrons, unleash the forces at your command? Oh, the headiness of power, such a powerful man.
Mári.
What if I told you I was no longer pregnant? Then what would you do?
What?
What if I told you that you are too late, that there is no child?
Don't even joke about that.
Would you still spray? Well, your silence.
Whatever it is you're thinking of.
I could leave here and you would never find me. I can disappear like that if I want.
Please don't talk that way. I have to do what's right, what's best.
For who? You? Me? What is building inside me? What is right and what is best are not necessarily the same thing.
Act 3, Scene 5, the plaza. Knute marches a 3-step square, more a shuffle than a wholehearted march, under the umbrella placard. He's half singing the Na 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 song. He sees Mári enter and stops singing.
Na 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 na. Spray, spray, goodbye. Na 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 na. You're leaving?
I will move on soon. I am not the sort to stay in one place forever. You did not think that, did you?
I know you too well.
You do.
Breeze in, breeze out. I warned them.
Yet no one believes a word you say. Well, almost no one.
Take everything you came for?
Not yet.
You want more?
I always want more.
Mári swigs from her water bottle.
You spoke of my potential, my power, that what I am stared me in my face.
Figured it out, have you?
Tell me what I am.
No.
I want to hear you say it.
I'm not going to give you the satisfaction.
Tell me.
Mári's voice booms unnaturally.
I'm sorry. Shouting at an old man. I've lost my... I feel...
Empty?
full. Beyond full. As if I am so much more than just this.
You're pregnant, radiant with new life. You're bound to feel.
No.
First you shout, now you interrupt.
I am not pregnant.
Huh?
Or rather, I will not be pregnant much longer.
You're going to terminate?
I'm going to give birth.
Give birth to what? Is there anything in there?
You'll see.
You're not full of murderous Greeks, are you?
Mári swigs from her water bottle. She pours a little water in her hand, then tosses it over Knute's head. She laughs as he blocks the water with his umbrella. She tosses another handful of water at him, and he blocks again.
What are you doing?
It starts to rain, but only on him.
What is this?
I have something for you.
You have nothing I want.
Of course I do. It is something you have wanted for a long time.
No.
Please, Knute, it is my farewell gift.
The rain falls harder on Knute.
Are you doing this?
I believe you.
What?
I believe you. This is my gift to you. You understand? I am telling you that you are right. You are right. Does that make you feel better?
Right about
Her,
who?
Earth Mother.
What?
She is defending herself. Yes, at last. It has been so difficult, as if she had to be woken from a deep sleep. But now she is shaking off her slumber. She has begun to exact a terrible revenge.
You're sure of this?
Do you doubt your own prophecy? Your gospel? You have been repeating it for so long with such constancy, such obstinacy. In spite of the ridicule, in spite of no one paying the slightest heed of your warnings, such bravery. How can you doubt? I know. I let them take away your science, your research, your life, your old life. And yet you have stumbled onto the truth anyway, a much bigger truth.
Get away from me.
In time.
The rain stops. Knute peers out of the sky from under the umbrella.
Yes, it is safe to come out.
Mári?
I know I just gave you a gift, the truth. And you will think me rude, but I have one more. I need something from you.
From me?
I require your gospel. Our gospel.
No. It's mine. It's all I have left. You can't have it. I won't let you have it. I won't let you take it.
He shakes the umbrella and takes a threatening step with it towards her. She holds up her hand. He stops.
Keep that. You are going to need it.
Mári looks up at the sky over Knute's head. He looks up too. He looks at her. She smiles at him. It begins to rain again, just on him.
Please. What are you going to do? Take my sign and march on the cities of the world, making it rain?
Take your... Of course not. I have no use for nigh.
What's wrong with it?
Nigh is for the indecisive, the weak, a vague assertion of a possible future.
An inevitable future.
That may never arrive. Do you not understand?
What?
The end is now.
Mári pours the rest of the water from her bottle at his feet. Then she exits. Knute stares at her through the rain as she leaves. Act 3, Scene 6, the mayor's office. Robert and Jerry stare at the large monitor on the mayor's desk. Both of them are deep in conversation on their mobile phones. The desk phones are blinking madly, and there's even more paperwork piled up and strewn around the room.
Jesus.
It's unprecedented.
You make it sound like it turned on a fucking dime. How is that even possible?
Out of the blue. Yes, literally.
And it'll make landfall and...
Perfect tourist weather, then a little rain. Now this.
Okay, well, maybe that buys us a little time.
We have to fast track everything.
Enough to get everyone out of harm's way.
There's no time to coordinate with city officials. No, just pull the trigger and...
Evacuate.
Spray. Yes, do it.
Do what? What'd you just say?
Spray.
Hey, I'll call you back. As in spray for Zika?
Yes, before the hurricane hits, priority 1.
When did you decide this?
I've been thinking about it for a while.
Shouldn't priority 1 be to evacuate? There's a Cat 4 hurricane bearing down on us.
First, we spray, and then we evacuate if needed.
There won't be enough time if needed. Spray later. God knows there'll be pools of standing water for days after this thing hits.
This thing is moving fast. It'll pass through quickly. That means we'll be up and running like normal in no time. Meanwhile, I want to reassure the many hundreds of tourists about to descend on us and spend a lot of money that they don't have to worry about some freak tropical virus while they're here.
No, they'll have to worry about the aftermath of a freak tropical storm.
I have a protocol.
What protocol?
The one where I take charge and prove I am looking out for the best interests of the people.
Are you practicing a speech? If you want to prove you have the best interests,
I've made my decision.
look, this doesn't have to be an either or choice. It's just a question of
Timing.
priorities.
I thought the savvy political operative would understand.
I thought the wannabe next governor of our great state would care about the people he hopes to serve. The old man knows, says you're not doing this out of concern for the citizenry or civic duty. You're doing this because you're obsessed with Mári.
Do you believe him?
Yes.
There's a first.
I've been through this before. She's not something you idolize. She's something you survive.
You cannot pry her from me.
I am not trying to.
It's always a competition with you.
No, I give up. I surrender. I'm not fighting you over her. I just want you to pull your head out of your ass and think of everyone else who's counting on you to do what's best, what's right.
Sometimes what's right and what's best aren't necessarily the same thing.
You are not thinking clearly.
You want a political justification? Think how the press would crucify me if I let her terminate the pregnancy.
What? Did she threaten you?
Do you know why she doesn't want me to approve the spraying?
Mári? Yeah, of course. She knows the damage it'll do. Shit, I know what damage it'll do. I've spent years making the industry's counter argument.
She thinks I care too much about her.
Do you?
This is for the best, and I don't give a fuck whether or not it's right.
Act 4, Scene 1, the hotel room. It is dark, pre-dawn. The sounds of running water and, in the distance, a propeller plane approaching. A light snaps on over the pedestal sink in the hotel bathroom, revealing Mári. She turns off the tap and listens to the plane. As the sound of the plane grows louder, Mári smacks at the water in the basin as if smacking at mosquitoes. The water splashes everywhere. As the plane passes, she screams and pushes the pedestal over, breaking the basin and spilling the water all over the bathroom floor. Act 4, Scene 2, the restaurant. Robert and Jerry sit at a table. Robert drinks a Bloody Mary. Jerry nurses a cup of coffee.
It was a retrofitted single wing something. I don't know where they got it or how old it was.
Why didn't they use a real crop duster?
I have no fucking idea. They brought it in from a couple counties over. Everything here is battened down already, waiting for a stupid fucking storm that's just sitting out there.
Maybe they cut corners.
They did not cut corners. I told them we were expediting the timetable. They said fine. They knew of an available plane and a pilot, and he and it were fine. Everything was fucking fine. Everything was under control.
Calm down.
Calm down. The pilot's dead. And I don't know how many people died in the houses he hit. The fire's still burning in one of them, and the roof collapsed on the other.
Gonna go out there?
I have to. I'm just waiting for emergency services to give the all clear. There are swarms of camera crews all over the place. They got there right after the crash. It's like they're stalking the town, waiting for some sign of weakness.
Did he spray?
What?
The knowledge. Did the pilot spray the neighborhood before?
No, he crashed before he made his first run, lost the entire tank. As far as I know, it's all running down the sewer and out to sea. We have to start again.
Maybe we need to rethink.
We have to start again.
All right.
I have another plane lined up.
There is a hurricane out there.
It's stalled. We'll spray before dawn, before the damn storm changes its mind again.
Are you going to make an announcement?
It would only feed the panic. We'll do it under cover of darkness. Fly a different trajectory. No one will know what's happening until after we're done. It's an acceptable risk. Most people have boarded up their houses already and are just waiting for the weather to move through. Everybody's secure, or they should be. It's not like all those geriatrics are going to be hanging outdoors in the wind and the rain.
Well, there's one geriatric who is.
He should know better than to stand outside in a storm.
He's on to you.
So you said.
And her. He seems to have a theory about her. Insatiability.
Mári? The family obsession.
Obsessed? Him? No. Well, yes, but not in the way you think.
I don't have time to worry about him. If he knows what's good for him, he'll shelter inside City Hall, which is where I need to be. I have things to take care of. Come on.
For scene 3, the town plaza, Knute paces back and forth. He's down to 2 steps, and his pacing is short and nervous. The breeze is picked up and it rains intermittently. Robert and Jerry enter in a hurry. Jerry pauses to speak to Knute.
You should take shelter, Pops. That storm's going to pounce any time now.
Pounce like an animal? Yes. A Trojan horse, perhaps? A ruse? A fake out? Like your plan to spray.
A ruse?
Save the baby.
I am not.
Too late.
What's too late?
Their curse devours the land and its inhabitants suffer for their guilt.
All right, we get it. You've covered your ass. Now get inside.
Inside, outside won't matter. You're too late. She is ready. Oh, yes. To unleash her power, to exact her vengeance on man, on you.
Christ. You finally lost it, Knute. Fine. March your little square and shout yourself hoarse to nobody. When you come to your senses, City Hall's that way.
I won't shelter in your edifice of contagion. I'm good where I am, here on higher ground.
He has an answer for everything.
No, just this calamity over which you are presiding.
I'm not wasting any more time arguing with the crackpot. Are you coming?
Yeah. Just give me a minute.
Ah, suit yourself.
He's certifiable.
He's under a lot of pressure.
No, the pressure is extremely low, hence the storm.
It isn't safe for you to stand out here. Come on, Pops. You really should take shelter.
Oh, she is so strong now. It's humbling when she strikes. You know, I had no idea. I mean, I had an inkling. Give me a little credit. I've been predicting this for years, but that was all I had. It was all she left me, my little square and Isaiah and my conviction. She was an astute student, of course. The best, absorbed everything. I wonder if I missed something in the data, but she saw she will empty the land and make it desolate. My gospel, I have given it to her. She took it, really, although honestly, it belongs to her. She makes a convincing argument, no? I've been going through the motions. She was right about that, too. My conviction eroding, but then she came, and now I get it. I didn't miss anything after all. It's happening. It's really happening.
Are you talking about Mári? Earth Mother?
She's mysterious that way. So patient. She takes her time seeking out our weaknesses. She found mine and yours, your brother, the mayor's. Everything I predicted about her turns out to be right.
Earth Mother or Mári?
Yes. Can't you see?
A buzzing sound.
God, just turn that infernal thing off. That phone scares the bejesus out of me.
Phone?
Need to change your ringtone.
That's not my phone. What?
Oh, I'm stung.
Is that a bee? Oh, shit. Hold still. Hold still. This stinger's still in your neck.
There's a brief struggle. Knute panics as Jerry tries to remove the stinger from the old man's neck.
All right, hold still.
Mári, is this you too? Oh, my heart is going mad.
Hold still. All right, I got it.
Knute passes out in Jerry's arms. Jerry lays him on the ground. The rain comes down harder.
Help! Help, somebody. Pops, help!
Jerry pulls out his phone and dials 911.
Come on. Hello, dispatcher. This is an emergency. I need to report a bee sting. Yes, a bee sting. Hello, dispatcher. Nope, not a mosquito. A bee sting. Hello. Shit.
Jerry redials 911 and puts the phone beside him and initiates chest compressions. After a set of 10 or 12, he sits back exhausted. He picks up his phone. No one is answering his call. He shouts in frustration and hurls the phone off stage. He looks around. He is alone. He starts another set of compressions. The rain falls harder. Act 4, Scene 4, the mayor's office. Robert stands amid a flood of paperwork holding a lit flashlight. The room is dark and all the phones and computers on the desk are off because there's no power in the building. Outside, the storm rages and the rain beats on the windows. Robert's cell phone rings somewhere on the desk. He tries to clear the paperwork from the desk in search of the phone. He climbs up onto the desk. Finally, he finds and answers his phone.
Yes, report. Poco caliente? The storm surge. How many? Wait, you're breaking up. What about Bellemontagne? Boat Point? Christ. What about Paradise Heights? Yes. Shit. I know we're barely above sea level. No, I'm stranded on the 3rd floor at City Hall. I mean, not stranded. Record keeping. Record keeping is on the 2nd floor. Why? What? Yes, but not everyone who owns property lives in it year-round. A lot of beachfront houses are summer rentals, and not all of them on the books either, if you know what I mean. I understand, but we don't have the resources. Yes, contact the county coroner's office, but please wait until... No, please, just... House to house, when the storm lets up. Okay. I understand.
Robert is still standing on his desk when Mári enters.
There is no one downstairs to show me up.
What the hell are you doing here? You should be sheltering in the hotel.
What are you doing here? You have no power. The wind howls and the rain blows. Things are flying through the air. The palm trees have lost their fronds. I saw cars upside down and full of water. And there you stand, surrounded by glass.
The windows are bulletproof, stormproof.
Ah, stormproof.
How did you get here?
I am stormproof.
You...
I wanted to see you, Robert. See you take charge. See you in control. You asked them to send another plane.
Yes, I asked, but they wouldn't sign off on it.
Because it is too dangerous. Because they are not stormproof.
We had the opportunity.
To risk the people you say you take care of.
What?
I know what happened to your first plane. What makes you think the second would have any more success?
What do you mean?
You say everything is under control, but you cannot control everything.
I'm doing my best. I have to protect
Who?
The people.
That you say you take care of. You mean me.
Okay, yes, you.
Yes.
And the baby.
Ah, the baby.
Yes.
There is no baby.
What do you mean? Mári, what have you done?
There never was a baby.
Oh my God, Mári, did you have...
I did not have an abortion, if that is what you're trying to say.
A miscarriage?
Of course not.
Then...
I have told you, Robert. Why can you not hear me? No one who needs to hear me truly listens. Maybe I am the Ice Cassandra after all.
You were holding your insides in. You threw up on a CNN camera crew. Loss of appetite, morning sickness. You're pregnant.
Maybe I have the Zika.
This isn't a joke, Mári.
I am not laughing, Robert. Something was growing inside me, yes, but it was not a baby, and it was not a disease. If it makes you feel any better, I am only just now understanding this.
What the hell are you saying? Are you in shock? You must be in shock. My God, they'll crucify me if they think I knew you terminated.
No. Oh, Robert, what do you know?
I know you have done something terrible.
Knute thought it was a betrayal, but even he saw at the end, I am only taking what is mine.
I'll have to disavow you, denounce you.
Your precious reputation, the insignificance. Yes, I will do terrible things, but you must be called to account. With betrayal, the traitors have betrayed. Yes, you must answer.
I have to.
No, not you.
Who then?
Man. One day, it may dawn on you, though of course that day is too late. Think of all the wasted time counting on someone else to figure it out, for someone to do something, to take responsibility. So long as you do not lift a finger, everything appears to be under control. Once you make an effort, the problem becomes real. Better to ignore the Cassandras. Of course, then you end up with this.
I don't understand.
You must realize you have already ceded control. But that is as it should be. I will take it from here. This is no longer your responsibility.
You can't leave.
Of course I can.
There's a hurricane. You can't just walk out of here into that.
You will protect me?
Nothing can protect you from the storm.
Mári waves nonchalantly at the window and it shatters. Robert falls onto all fours on the desk, trying to protect himself from the wind and the rain.
I am the hurricane, Robert, and the Zika, the earthquake and the drought, fire and flood. Maybe I am the meteor too. But even I can only do so much in the face of such overwhelming ignorance, apathy, and deceit.
Mári waves again and the storm stops. Silence.
What?
It is time for me to move on. There is a symposium in Kyoto, and I am to deliver the keynote address to an audience of scientists and educators, climate change researchers, and bureaucrats. Subcommittee of the subcommittee types. My people. Well, when you give it some thought, all of you are my people. Now.
No, don't go. Mári, don't leave. Don't leave me. Mári! Mári!
The storm builds again. The lights shift. The room disappears into the storm. Robert remains atop the desk. The desk rocks a little like a chunk of ice bobbing on the ocean. Robert pads on all fours from edge to edge on the desk. He pauses occasionally to look deep into the ocean void, finally stops and stares out at the audience. Act 4, Scene 5, the town plaza. Jerry stands where Knute used to stand. He wears waders and a rain jacket. He looks around. He unfurls a sign. The end is now. He holds it over his head. He begins to march, splashing through shin-high water, tracing Knute's 10-pace square. He paces, pauses, then turns 90 degrees and marches 9 paces, turns 90 degrees and marches 8 paces. He continues to turn the corners, taking one less step each time until he's standing in the center of the square. He pauses. Thousands of butterflies fly past. He watches them, some alight on his shoulders and head, some on his sign. He looks around. Covered in butterflies, he begins his 10-pace march again as the lights fade. Act 4, Scene 6. A sunny day in the afterlife. Knute and the polar bear, Bob, sit at a table. The bear sits in the shade of Knute's old umbrella placard. Only the word "nigh" remains. They are playing Risk. They both roll sets of dice.
I don't know why you're so keen to take over Southeast Asia. You're going to be underwater soon. You can see here, Siam is already smaller than when we started. Indonesia too, see? All that coastal land that used to be there, underwater. Why don't you protect your armies in Greenland?
I think it's the wanderlust.
Wanderlust?
Spend your life in and around Greenland and you quickly realize 2 things.
Yes?
There isn't much to see, and what there is not the least bit green. I have a hankering to get to know equatorial climb.
Is that why you hopped on that chunk of ice?
I wish. I was heading out to hunt and the damn thing just broke from the rest of the flow and off it went. I was hardly prepared for a long trip, let alone my final voyage. I'll have to do my touring here. India, please.
Take it. Most of it'll be underwater soon, too. I'm heading for Canada and those North Asian territories.
Suit yourself. I thought I'd be my old self again.
What, in the afterlife?
Yeah. Full, lush coat, muscles, a nice pot to put fish in. But I'm still a scraggly, malnourished shell of a bear.
At least you have fur.
Hair.
Whatever.
I look like a shitty old rug with yellowing claws.
Oh, my whole body aches. And the place that bee got me? Oh,
Bender?
you know it. Do you still feel the gunshot wound?
Nah. I was so far gone, I didn't feel a thing.
Huh.
Knute and the bear roll their dice again. There's no winner this round. They futz with their armies on the game board.
They thought you were a male.
Who did?
People had set up that naming website.
There was a website?
Name the stricken polar bear marooned on a chunk of ice in the middle of the Arctic Ocean.
They thought I was a male?
Bob.
Is that a male name? Wolfe.
Isn't Tornasuk a male name?
Nah, it's a bear name. I have to admit, I rather like Bob.
You want me to call you that?
Does it matter?
Right. Hand over China.
I'm outgunned.
No kidding.
Whatever happened to your neck of the woods?
Very funny. You mean Mount Paradise?
Yep.
No woods anywhere near there, my friend. No mount either. Not even a delicate upward lift of the land. It's all swamp again, reclaimed by the sea. See?
Look at that. My God. Think of all the construction, all that development, the trash washed into the ocean.
Well, you don't have to worry about that now.
I can't help it. The poisons and toxins and junk. You people sure had a lot of junk.
Yeah. Well, after a while, it'll just be more places for things to grow. New reefs for new species, or the species that survive.
Taking the long view.
Yeah. The long view.
The bear and Knute move their armies around the game board as the lights fade. Curtain. Well, I'd like to thank you all for hanging out as long as this took. I don't know if you heard the storm, but in Austin, there was this incredible storm pass through as you were doing the reading. I'd like to also thank the readers, Joanne Glover, who's out in San Diego. Thank you, Joanne. Ev Lunning and Ben Wolfe and Jeff Mills, who are all holed up in the stormy Austin. And I'd also like to thank Melissa and Bonnie and everyone at the Vortex for hosting tonight's reading. If you'd like more information about the play, please feel free to contact me at info@robipolgar.com, or you can ask the Vortex to connect us. Y'all stay safe. Thank you and good night.
It's a twisty system. It's a twisty system. It's a twisty system. It's a twisty system. But it's alright.